Hi, welcome to GamesWeb. My name is Mark, and in this video I'm going to take a look at Fallout Factions Battle for Nuka-World starter set from Modiphius Entertainment. This is a brand new game that has just been released from Modiphius and takes place in the excellent Fallout universe from Bethesda. And let's crack on. Okay, so the game's just been released. It's a standalone game. It's nothing to do with Fallout Wasteland Warfare, although you can use the models from Fallout Wasteland Warfare in Fallout Factions and vice versa. But this is more of a traditional war game than the role-playing come board game of Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Okay, so let's have a look what we get. This is a very, very heavy box. A lot of stuff in it. So we got, I don't know if you can see this on the camera. There we go, because the box is that big I can hardly get any shot. Nuka-Girl on the camera, and then on the back we have got the Battle for Nuka-World starter set. Hey there, new meat. You ready to start carving out your own slice of the wasteland? Of course you are. Look at the bloodthirsty little mug whale. You've come to the right place. Here in Nuka-World we've got all the carnage Raider could ever want to have. Two gangs, the pack and the operators, are both chomping at the bit to take a bite of each other, just to prove who's the biggest threat. I ain't picking a side, but you better, so get in there, grab a gun and let's go and see what happens. One way or another, it's going to be a good show. Okay, so welcome to Fallout Factions, a brand new Fallout miniatures skirmish game from Modiphius and acclaimed designer James Hewitt. In Fallout Factions, you lead your crew of raiders through ruins of Nuka-World, cutting the competition out of your territory, and watching the scavengers, psychos, and much more grow and change with every scrap. Okay, so it includes an 80-page rulebook, an initiative retreat token, lots of tokens. There's loads and loads of tokens. I'm not going to go through all those. Where are we? There are more tokens than you can see I can stick at here. 10 standard 6-sided dice, 10 sided luck dice times 4, blank crew rosters times 2, a miniature sprue of this pack times 1, miniature sprue of the operators times 1, sorry, sheet of punch out terrain times 3, a tape measure, and a battle map poster for you to play on. Okay, so let's crack on and get onto it. Now, it was announced that Factions was coming out late last year, in 2023, and it's taken quite a while for it to go out. It was originally, it went up on pre-order, I think it was the end of March, for delivery in April. Then that got put back to I think it was June, and then July, and it's now finally, the pre-orders are finally going out to people, and I got mine 2 days ago, but I've not had a chance to actually film it until now. Right, as you can see, it's a very big box. You get a lot of stuff in it, and it's all brand new. Fallout Factions is more streamlined and more of a traditional war game than the excellent Fallout Wasteland Warfare, which is more of a board game, role-playing game. But there are elements of that in this, and given the fact that it's James Hewitt who's actually designed it, that's quite understandable. James has done lots of different things for lots of different games companies, from Games Workshop and Mantic Games and other smaller companies, and he was approached by Bethesda to jump in on this, and it looks like he's done quite a good job. I've not actually played the game yet because I've just literally taken the cellophane off, and it only arrived yesterday. So enough waffling. We know we're in good hands. Let's have a look what we've got. Now, as I said, this is a very heavy box. There's a lot of stuff in here, and it's really tightly packed. There we go. Right, so straight off the bat, we get our rulebook, which we will look at in a moment. We get our double-sided poster and battle mat, which we'll also look at in a moment. I think one side is just a poster of Nuka-World, and then the battle mat you play on. We get our roster cards. We get 2 of them. These are semi-laminated, so you can use a dry marker and wipe on them. What I would suggest is either photocopying them or printing out the ones that are on the Modiphius website and laminating those to keep your rosters on, because your rosters grow with experience and your characters grow with experience. So that's double-sided. Then we've got first of our card counters. So there's a lot of tokens, not as many tokens, thankfully, as there is in Fallout Wasteland Warfare, which is absolutely teeming with tokens. But they're all quite good, and they're a good quality card as well. Then we've got our terrain, which is double-sided and full-colour punchboard card. It's a very thick card. It's about 2 to 3 mil thick. You know, I have a nuke, have a Nuka-Cola. So that's a Nuka-Cola start check, and there's the other side of it. And we have another one here with lots of gadgets. Obviously, because this is the battle for Nuka-World, you would expect to have a lot of Nuka-World iconography all over it. Really nice. Then some standees of some of the things you find inside the Nuka-World expansion DLC. It's from the Wild West area. A plastic divider, which is very good because it keeps your buildings separately. And then we have, it said one sprue, but there's more than one sprue. So we have a sprue here, which I think is the Disciples, is it? Does it say on it? No, it doesn't. So we've got one sprue here, which we'll take a closer look at in a moment, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miniatures on there, lots of different head options, weapon options, and arm options, and weapon options. Obviously, this is multi-pose. You can choose which way you want to assemble your miniatures. That's one sprue. Then we get another sprue, which I think is probably no, it's a different one than that one. So another sprue there with lots of big guns, another 5 miniatures, and then we get our second gang, which have got more leg options. The poses are slightly different. And there's the 4th sprue, which is quite cool. We get a tray to keep all our counters in. We get bases for our 20 models, because I think each sprue, because I think basically the sprues were originally meant to be connected together like that, but they just snap them in half to make it easier for packaging. So we get enough bases for both models. We get our luck dice, which have got a nuclear symbol on the one facing, I think. Oh no, it's not on the one, is it? Yes, it's on the one. We get our luck dice, and then we get our D10 nuclear cola dice, again with a bottle cap, cappy on the top. And then we get a tray to keep all our goodies in. And then finally, we get a little baggie with inside the bag, if I can open it. We get our Fallout factions tape measure, which is really good. Whereas the Fallout Wasteland Warfare uses range rulers to measure movement and combat ranges and areas of effect and all sorts of different things. This uses tape measures. So standard tape measure in centimeters, I think. Is it? Let me have a look. No, actually inches and centimeters. Right, so a dual metric imperial tape measure, which is great. Okay, so I'm going to put this stuff away, and then we can have a quick look at the rulebook, and I shall be right back. Okay, welcome back. Right, so let's have a quick look through the book. I've not actually opened it yet. I thought I'd save that for us both. Okay, so on the back we get the Fallout Factions logo with a ruined image of Nuka-World. Nuka-World, just in case you don't realise, actually I said this in the first place, Nuka-World is the DLC for Fallout 4, which brings a theme park that's been decimated by the Great War in the franchise, and you have a full campaign where you go to Nuka-World to settle a dispute between three of the main factions there. So you've got the Disciples, you've got the I think not the Animals. To be honest, I can't remember the names of all three factions, but they're in the book, so we'll come across them when we come in the book. All right, so you've got your factions, and they're vying for war. You get sent over there, and you've got to choose a faction to side with, or do as I did. So the Operators, the Pack, and the Disciples, they're the three main factions, and you can go over and just side with one particular faction, or you can do as I did in my playthrough of Nuka-World, just kill everybody. I just went in and killed absolutely everybody, took over. I let all the slaves free and took over Nuka-World, which didn't make me very popular, but it was good fun to do. Okay, right, so as I said, this is a brand new game. It's aside from Fallout Wasteland Warfare. They're still carrying on with the role-playing game, and they're still carrying on with Fallout Wasteland Warfare, but they're making it so this allows you to use a lot more miniatures, because this can be expanded from a skirmish game to a mass combat game. Okay, so we've got our list of writers and creators. Just try and get this into focus a little bit. Alright, so we have 40 pages of the rulebook, and it's quite well bound, it's quite thick, feels a lot thicker than 40 pages. So we've got their introduction, welcome to the Wastelands, building blocks, which basically tells you how to start things off, getting started, telling a story, and that's it. Okay, oh no it's not, we carry on. Appendixes and reference sheets on the reference section. So it's 73 pages. I did think it was more than 40 pages. Right, okay, so War never changes, and then we welcome to Nuka-World. So you can see from the aesthetic straight away, it's a theme park. And of course in theme parks you get to see all sorts of crazy things, and the Nuka-World, being in the Fallout universe, is no exception to that. Okay, so the game components, we have our map, we have all our tokens. So you've got tokens, different types of tokens. We've got our status tokens for weary and exhausted. We've got ploy tokens and harm tokens, dice, a tape measure, our miniatures, etc. Okay, so brief introduction onto collecting miniatures and the ongoing narrative, how to progress playing a game which is a campaign game rather than playing a one-off solo game. The QR code that you can scan, which will take you to the page where you can learn more about Fallout Factions and Fallout Wasteland Warfare, and the Fallout game as well. Okay, so the rules: be a good sport, use your noggin, and no cheating. So we have the two mascots here. We have Bottle and Cap, or Cappy. Although I could have swore this guy was called Bottley, but apparently he's called Bottle. Right, they're putting these little rules aside throughout the game, and then we have boxed outs all throughout the game as well, which give you insight on what they're talking about. How to assemble your terrain. So you've got different minor features, major features of terrain, so things that are like a battle bus is a major feature, or a shack or a building, and then we've got benches and bins and barrels and, you know, map signs. Those things are minor things just because they just break up line of sight. How to use your crew and how to assemble your what's it called, your gang. So your crew roster has a leader, which is a champion, and then you have a grunt, which will be your lower class. So if you think of other games such as Necromunda or Frostgrave or Stargrave, I really can't get words out today, that have like a leader and then a lieutenant. Here we've just got a leader, as far as I can tell. We've got our special profile, which is inherent in all of the games. So you've got strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck, and each of those is a factor in the game for various things. So breaking down doors, running for cover, all that kind of stuff, trying to pass all the tests. We've got different kinds of ways of special tests. The dice, it does say that you can use standard D10, but they do provide these dice with the ones being replaced by the bottle and cap symbol. Then we've got how to roll off dice, so doing opposed dice rolls and stuff. I'll go through all of the rules themselves. I'll break the rules down completely in my written review because I don't really have time to sit down and read everything, and I don't think you want to be here for an hour whilst I do. Okay, so visibility, fatigue, exhaustion, damage, injury, harm, controlling an area, and then the game structures. The game lasts a number of rounds. It tells you what actions you can take, such as opening fire, moving, looking after yourselves by, if you're unengaged, you can try and use a repair kit or a stim pack to help yourself, backing off, getting involved in a brawl. Advanced rules, chems. It wouldn't be a Fallout game set in Nuka-World if it didn't involve chems, because they're very, very heavily used throughout the game and the Fallout 4. And they give you advantages and disadvantages. So scouting out locations, and we've got the various zones of Nuka-World. So Nuka-World has various sections. You've got Galactic Zone, which is a futuristic version. You've got Dry Rock Gulch, which is a Wild West version. You've got Safari Adventure, which is your jungle. World of Refreshment, which is where Nuka-Cola is made. And then your Kiddie Kingdom, which is for young children. And each one of them has their own specific highlights, and they also have specific things on them, like Galactic Zone tends to have lots and lots of robots wandering around it. Safari Adventure has the gator claws roaming everywhere. Then Dry Culture Walks has the bloodworms, and then World of Refreshment has the Mirelurks and other nasties as well. And Kiddie Kingdom has ghouls. Right, sorry, it's been a while since I've finished Nuka-World, so I'm trying to remember what's what. How to create your crew, recruiting your crew. You've got so much to limitation that you can actually get for recruiting your crew. And then you got your story sheet. We build our characters up through games rather than just putting them against the field. We can carry on and tell a story, as it says here, telling a story. So you got a story sheet for your characters. You get quest lines. There's no cards in this game, which I think a lot of people are going to be really grateful of, because Fallout Wasteland Warfare, I think I've got upwards of 800 roster cards for Fallout Wasteland Warfare for all the different characters, because I've got lots of stuff for it. And then you've got all the equipment, perks, specials, stats, environment cards, all these things. So anything that cuts down on cards is a really good idea. And as I said, this game can actually be, you can take your existing characters and stuff from Fallout Wasteland Warfare and transfer them over, and as far as I'm aware, vice versa. So story actions, then we've got a full section of scenarios. So skirmish, stockpile raid, retrieval run. Each one of them has a deployment zone where you various victory conditions. Scenario details, rumble, ambush, faction lists. So how to create your factions. So you've got the pack. So you've got your crew limits. You can have your alpha, which is your champion leader. You've got a top dog, which is your champion, and then you've got your grunts, which are your jogs bodies. So much like the Necromunda and Stargrave, Frostgrave, and other games that use this similar thing, you have a champion and you've got a second in command, and you've got grunts. A good example of that would be having a sheriff and a deputy and hired hands in Dead Man's Hand. Okay, then got the details of them, the pack weapons, what they employ, the kind of quest lines they do, and you've got various tables for them to roll on, and you've got target numbers that they need to meet. Got the operators. These guys are a bit more militaristic. The pack, they're very psycho. They're animalistic. These are the ones that were animal totems, if I can remember correctly. Then got all the operators, and then after the operators, there's also the disciples, and these guys are just crazy. So you've got the tormentor, the butcher, scaver, psycho, waster, and then we've got the weapons of Fallout Wasteland Warfare, Fallout factions. So you've got baseball bat, death claw, gauntlet, hand weapon, and machete. These weapons are all on the plastic sprues, so you can. I think it's. I'm not sure if it's WYSIWYG, which is what you see is what you get. I wouldn't imagine so, because given how small the miniatures are, it would be really difficult to keep on converting them. But it's quite interesting to actually do so. So sledgehammer, shish kebab, which is a knife that can be electrified and have flames coming out of it, so it makes it really, really difficult to block against, because it sets your clothes and your armor on fire, and it's also a fast weapon. All the weapons have traits on them, but I'll go into all these details in my written review. Usual 10mm pistol, pipe revolvers, pipe rifles, combat shotguns, precision hunting rifles, and then heavy weapons, grenades, and then quick references at the back, critical effects, then you've got your charisma, strength, endurance, your special perks, which give you different perks for your leaders. And then once your characters progress, I think they all get the chance to get special perks. And then we go to the end, and there's more roster sheets, and that's that. Okay, so that's very quickly a very quick look at Fallout factions. I'll be trying to get the miniatures assembled and put them at the end of the video if I can. If not, once I do my written review, I'll have pictures of them. There is a guide for assembling your miniatures, but I'm not sure where it is. I think it's one of the QR codes for actually assembling the miniatures, and I can't just find it offhand. But I will leave that as well in the link of the description. I think, to be honest, it's one of this might be hit to right at the front of the game to actually assemble your models, because there's no instructions that come for the models. So that's my quick look at Fallout Factions, Nuka-World, the Battle for Nuka-World starter set from Modiphius Entertainment. Looks like it's going to be a fun game to play. I've not played a game like this for a while, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it. Fallout is one of my favourite genres, and I absolutely love Fallout Wasteland Warfare. it just takes so long to set everything up with all the cards and all the tokens. You need lots and lots of space to play it, whereas this is much easier because it's more like a traditional war game. So as always, I've been Mark. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for staying to the end. If you've got any comments or queries, please leave them below, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. No matter where you are in the world, please stay safe, look after yourself, and remember, war never changes, but we can, so let's look after each other. Thank you, and bye.